All right. So sometimes this week, a company actually, got in touch with me that that I should do their technical tests, which is simply, something that is very super easy. You understand? So I'm just gonna share with you, what the question was, and then how I was able to solve it. So basically, they have an array. Let's just say const items, okay, and then they have this array that contains a bunch of strings that are not really formatted. They wanted me to use JavaScript anyway. So let's just say we have something here. We just have NFL inside this NFL, and then we have space. We have art, and then we have something like this, and then we have something like this. You see, this is totally, just disorganized data. So now let's repeat this data, and then let's just say this is another item, and then this is another item. Like string. So now we have like three strings inside this array. So basically, I'm just gonna print it out. Sorry, I said it. So I'm just gonna console.log. This is JavaScript actually. So all right. So I'm just gonna console.log right here, and then it's gonna print right here. So I'm just gonna say now this is the string that we have that we just have. So my the question was to clean up the string and then capitalize the first letter. Okay. So basically, this is how I'm going to go about that. So I'm just gonna like say const refined re, refined refined array. Okay. So inside this, so we're just gonna have items dot. I'm just gonna map over the whole thing because I want to be able to loop through the whole strings inside the array. So I'm just gonna map over the whole thing. So map method is gonna actually take it's a callback function. So inside that, I'm just gonna have like say item, and then I can just do my code block. So inside my code block, and then I can just what do I really want to do? Let me just start with cleaning up first. I want to remove everything that is not, alphabet. Okay, so I'm just gonna say const um, cleaned string. So I want the only string that is going to be in each item in the array to be NFL. So I want to remove everything that is not alphabet there. So I'm just gonna say item. I've already looked through the items, so I can just say item. That was look through all the indexes for me. So I'm just gonna call on item dot. I'm just gonna say item dot replace. I'm gonna use this method. So when you're using this method, it takes two arguments. So the first argument is whatever you want to do, and then So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna use comma, and this is what I want it to be. I just want it to be empty. I want to remove everything, so I want it to be an empty string. So what am I trying to remove? So I'm just gonna use a regex. So basically, when you want to use regex, it has to be in two slashes like this. Two slashes like this. So if I write everything that I want to remove, so everything that you want to remove will now be in an array. Okay, it will now be in an array. And then the first thing you want to do when you're using regex is to use your caret sign. I'm using HP Windows, so my caret sign is actually on number 6 on my keyboard. So it's going to be different on your own. So you look for it on your keyboard. So and then what I want to do is like this is going to run through, to check if there's any uppercase or lowercase. That's basically what it does. And so I'm just gonna say I want you to check through A to Z uppercase. Okay. So this is the instruction that I'm giving to this caret sign now. That this caret sign is there, but it doesn't know what to do. So I'm just gonna say what your job is to look through A to Z and check the uppercase and also look through A to Z and check it lowercase. Okay, anything that is not this is not an alphabet should be removed. So now this thing is just only going to remove one at the first occurrence. So what that means is that if I have two ants, okay, if I have two hearts in sum, it will only remove one ant, which is the first occurrence, which is not what I want. So I want you to do to remove everything at every occurrence. That's why I'm going to put global. If you forget to put G at the end of it, it's only going to remove one occurrence. If it occurs twice, it's not going to catch it. So I'm just going to say G, and then everything that is not an alphabet, remove them, which is what I'm saying. Replace them with an empty array. So now if I, I've already console my log. So now I'm gonna console.log refined array, and then I should not forget to return refined array. Okay. Oh, sorry. Return cleaned string. So I'm just gonna return clean string, and then I'm going to print. All right. So I'm gonna take this out of the way. All right. Okay, as you can see, the string is now cleaned. I'm now having NFL, NFL, NFL. So this thing removes all the spaces and everything. It does a wonderful job. You need to learn this. It's quite very easy. So now that I've actually cleaned up the data, and then I want to now, ensure that the first letter is in capital. So basically, this is how I'm gonna go about that. So I'm just gonna say that const capitalized. As a matter of fact, I can just put this in capi capitalized equals. So I'm gonna grab this cleaned string. Since this is already cleaned, as you can see, it's already cleaned. So I'm just gonna say cleaned string dot character at first letter, which is simply means the first letter is what I need to deal with. So the character at first letter, which is the index zero, I'm just gonna say index zero dot to uppercase. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. That's not what I want. Dot to uppercase. Okay. And then if you if you look at that, then I'm now can then go to concatenate, but I can just do it one by one. This is the capitalized. Uh, Let me just say first letter, first letter capitalized. Okay, so I can just say first letter capitalized. Or let me just say first letter cap because I don't want this code to get into the screen. So this first letter cap is it's going to ensure that the first letter is in cap. So basically, now what I want to do is that now that I have the first letter cap, now I want to concatenate const refined. Refined word. Now that I have the first letter, now I need to join it with the other word so that it can make sense. So I'm just gonna say first letter cap plus the rest of the word, which is the rest of the word. I just capitalize the first letter of the clean string, and so I'm gonna join it back with the string. So I'm concatenating it. So I'm just gonna say plus cleaned string. Okay, now notice what is gonna happen when I return the refined. If I return the refined word now, it's gonna give me this first letter cap plus the rest of the string. But notice what is gonna happen. Now let me just print. As you can see, I have the first letter which has actually been concatenated with the rest of the string. But that is not what I want. I want the first letter to be in caps letter. So I want to remove this. So what I'm just gonna say is that I can just say I can do it right here if I want. So I can just say dot slice. Now, one thing about the slice is that The zero, when you use zero index for slice, it doesn't really make any sense. When you use when you do this like this, or you put zero inside here, it what it does is that it gives the exact copy of what you want. Okay. Now if I save this and then I click on print, you see it gives me exact copy. That is what slice does when you do not move forward in any of the index. So to be able to make sure that I'm actually getting the first one, which is not when you are using slice, the index starts from one. Actually, zero is going to give you a copy of the old string. So now I'm actually going to change this to one. Okay, because I want to get the first letter of the string. So what I'm saying is that I want to concatenate this first letter cap plus the rest of the string, but minus the first actual string from the original string. So I'm just gonna save, and then I'm gonna print. As you can see, we have our first letter capitalized, and every other characters and have been removed. So this is basically what they needed me to do in the test that they gave me, and I have done that, and I have sent it to the company. Let's see what they come back with. Anyways, so this is just something for you to know and add to your data structures and algorithm, stuff. uh, you know I'm gonna be, anytime I have tests like this, I'm gonna be releasing these videos so that you can add it to your arsenal, to your weapons, just in case you have all these tests come your way. These things are not really super crazy, but if we don't practice it, you don't know it. Yeah, you understand. All right, so please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.